mean, he's a scrambler. He's a competitor. You know, he'll throw the ball in tight places. He runs their offense really well. I think Sean's done a great job bringing him along. And they got their quarterback for the future. You know, they looked long and hard for many years, and they've got one.
Do they, Vic? Do they? Do they really? Because half of this city doesn't think so. Half of the city's ready to crown Bo Nix, and half of the city's ready to, I don't know, jump him? Because it's so weird, the absolute swing from the pendulum swing from one side to the other in this city when it comes to Bo Nix. That was Vic Fangio.
When you have that dichotomy
Yeah.
of a fan base, the split, the dilemma, the division, what does that probably typically tell you? That some people are saying he's the future John Elway, Peyton Manning.
And some people are like, he's
and
a bust already.
This
is as good as it's going to get.
What was the word we got? A bedwetting game manager.
Yeah, bedwetting game manager is what.
A lesser Brock Purdy.
With lower arm, like they were like, his arm strength is bad, and he's a bedwetting game manager.
What does that typically tell us is probably the reality?
Well, I mean, if you're a bedwetting game manager,
if you're divided that.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. What does it mean? We just don't have enough. We haven't seen him play enough to make a definitive decision.
Where does the truth probably lie?
Right in the middle.
Somewhere in between, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the text line. I asked the text line to tell me what exactly you need to see from Bo Nix to put him in the category of the best athletes who are currently playing in this city, and Ed in Firestone makes a good point. He's like, accomplishments of Joker, Nate, and Kale include MVPs and Defensive Players of the Year and championships and championship series MVPs or cup clinching goals. Bo needs to be these things to be on their level, which means Bo Nix has to be the MVP of the league or the MVP of the Super Bowl and a Super Bowl champ. That's the bare minimum to get to that level. If to be a legend, you have to do legendary things, Ed says.
Like, I agree with that, but I still say that the Shield is so much more powerful than the NBA. It's clearly, I love hockey, and you and I are going to be diving into some serious stick and puck here coming up.
6 days away, man.
I know.
Season is 6 days away.
But we also have to understand that the NFL, the money, the viewership, fan base, the Broncos being the original Colorado sports team. It's king. And so you have to change your expectations a little bit. Joker, to become that guy and put up, in my opinion, on the, what are the famous head guys again? What are those guys called?
Famous head guys?
Like the heads in the mountain that are carved. The
oh,
presidents.
you're talking about
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
I was like, heads. What you talking about?
To be Joker is in the Mount Rushmore of Denver sports.
Yes,
agreed.
Yes, he is. He's been the best player in his league half the time he's been in the league, or like for the last 5 years.
And he did something for this franchise that it appeared like it would never happen at points in time. Right.
Winning the whole thing.
Yep. I think that Bo Nix to be in that category in his modern, we'll call it the next 3 years, if he can lead the Denver Broncos to overtake the Chiefs and also fend off the pesky Chargers in AFC West supremacy, I believe that that's enough to get him into the conversation of big dog in town.
Right.
Currently, I'm not saying that makes him, that's not putting him on the Rushmore, but that puts him as the big dog in town.
Okay. Yeah, because it is, I mean,
because
I do like the point. To be a legend, you have to do legendary things.
I agree.
But to be a legend in the NFL is a little bit different than a legend in the NBA or the NHL. Speaking of the NHL, the text line is telling me that Eric Johnson just announced his retirement. Well, I'll check and look. But yeah, so if EJ just retired, man, I love Eric Johnson. I love that man. I mean, he's part of the reason you got a cup in this city. But yeah, if EJ called it, I mean, EJ might have announced his retirement, but he's going to get a call midway through the season, right? Somebody's going to need him. Is this it? Oh, so the Avs just announced it too. Okay. So, yeah, congratulations on your retirement. Eric Johnson, EJ just retired.
Look at those pictures.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's great.
Look at those pictures of EJ, man.
Feels like he's been in this city forever.
That looks like a guy
That's a hockey.
that has hit some people with his face.
That's
has
a hockey
caught some
player.
pucks off his teeth. And has
Oh.
dealt with some serious inflammation in his eyes and his cheekbones and his nose. That is a tough son of a gun, man.
He's a champion.
The anti-inflammatories, man.
Played for 4 teams. What? I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick in the NHL draft, but that was so long ago. I don't remember what year that was. I don't even remember when EJ was selected. Hold on, now I got to look it up. But yeah, Eric Johnson announcing his retirement. But once again, man, somebody's gonna call EJ. Somebody's gonna call EJ or call EJ's agent halfway through this season and ask him, "Do you still got it?" And I bet you he says yes, and he'll be back in the league. Somebody's gonna be called. Just like Brent Burns is what? Brent Burns is 41. He's still out here doing it. But yeah, let's see Eric Johnson draft, because I know he was the number 1 pick, but I don't remember what year that was. What year? It was 2006? Was it the 06 draft? Oh man, that's forever ago. Yeah, Eric Johnson, the number 1 overall selection in the 2006 NHL draft. Jordan Stahl was number 2, and Jonathan Taves was number 3. Woo, man. You're right. Not only a champion, but that man knows how to host a parade. They never should have taken the microphone from him. He was having a good time. EJ was having a good time. All right, well, congratulations to Eric Johnson, man. Congratulations to EJ. Yeah, retiring.
What'd you say? How many years he played in total?
Well, I mean, 06. You do that math, man. It is 2026. It's
You're
about to
looking
be
at
2026.
1920, right? 19, 20 years, depending on exactly how it all played
Man,
out.
and he played 2 decades at the blue line, man. That is a rough, tough, nasty position to play.
You know what's cool, though? Is that you pass the baton to another rough, tough,
Yeah.
nasty blue liner in Brent Burns.
You know what? What's crazy is like Burns is like 3 years older than EJ, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
EJ's 37.
yeah, and Burns is 41. Is that right? Right? But man,
I mean, all I know
Burns
is
is a
that-
freak.
All I know is that me and Brent Burns hang out at parent events.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He's a freak.
And I
man.
ain't
That dude is
young.
yeah, I know. Can you imagine if we just put you in practice? Have you ever played hockey? If we threw some skates
Oh.
on you and handed you a stick
Listen,
and threw you out there on the ice,
Remember, you know where I came to see you from? Where did I coach before CU?
was that Boise? Wait,
Oh,
where
man,
were you
it's-
before?
Where is what is known as the state of hockey in the United States?
Wait. You coached it. Wait, you were.
I was a Gopher. I was at the University of
you were coaching
Minnesota.
at Minnesota?
Yes, I was the offensive
How the
coordinator
hell
at
did
Minnesota.
I not know that?
Right before I got to CU.
Man, I just put
And
that out
guess
of my
what?
mind.
I lived in one of those standard Midwest neighborhoods with a pond in like a small pond in your backyard. That 17 houses are just
and everybody's-
tiny little cookie cutter homes are just huddled around that pond.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what, man? I lived in a neighborhood with 3 former NHLers.
Really?
Not like big time ones because I wouldn't afford to live in that neighborhood.
Yes.
But we'd say guys that bounce between the ECHL and the NHL, right?
Interesting. Okay.
And also a former Penn State hockey player was our next door neighbor.
so you
And
guys
so
get together sometimes?
everybody got together and pitched in, and we actually built in our backyard a legitimate pond hockey setup with
Oh.
lockers,
Oh, what?
with lights,
What?
with boards,
What?
with pond hockey goals that were in there, and we had a makeshift Zamboni that
You
we
guys
put
were
together.
like Mystery Alaska. Do you remember that
That's
movie,
what
Mystery
what it
Alaska?
turned into.
Oh my goodness!
And then at times there was a couple Michelob Golden Lights that got brought down in a cooler, and we may or may not have played until 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
Okay,
And then at
Coach.
times, sometimes we left the cooler there, and it was negative 37 degrees. And then you'd go the next day, and every one of them was busted. Every one of the Mick Goldens that was left there was busted
Made a
open
huge
because
mistake.
of how cold it got.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, I played
I
a ton of
had
stick and puck.
No
man.
idea.
Yeah, and it was during that 2020 time, and especially in Minnesota, around everything that had happened with COVID and George Floyd and Tim Waltz. And it was a shutdown.
Wow.
Shutdown state. Very, very shut down.
Man, that's
And
crazy.
so you know what we did?
What?
We played stick
hockey.
and puck, man. That's
Wow.
all. When in doubt, what I learned in the Northerners, Midwesterners,
Just
for
freeze
real,
some water and skate.
freeze water and drink cold, fermented water. And that's kind of what they do up there in the bold north, man.
Wow. So
It was so fun. I never took a big spill though. I'm glad because pond hockey there wasn't quite the checking dudes into the boards and whatnot. And our boards were pond hockey boards, so they were only about knee high. Just to keep the puck in there.
Man, I had no idea, Coach. I had no idea you had some of that
I still have a pair of skates. Got
state of hockey in you.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. I actually got pretty good skating. I mean, I'm not like the guys that were former college players and NHLers. I was like, those are different humans. Those guys are mutants.
Yeah. Well, when he comes back, you and Raj need to hit the ice at ball. See what you got.
Oh, I would check that man. I will check that man so quickly into the boards.
Well, I mean, he's probably got a lot more skill, but you got the
Way more
size.
skill. Way
you got
more
the
skill.
size. You could murder him if you wanted to on the ice.
The question is like, and he'll say it. Can I catch him?
Right, and that's a tough one because the answer is probably not.
On ice,
Probably
it's hard
not.
to. You're not great at stop and start. It's hard to get it, man.
Once you get that momentum going, coach has a little time to slowing it down. But yeah, Eric Johnson announces his retirement from the NHL today. Congratulations to EJ. He spent 14 of his 17 seasons with the Avalanche. Only Adam Foote played more seasons among Avalanche/Nordique defensemen, and only Adam Foote and Joe Sakic among all skaters for both the Avs and the Nordiques. Man, that's 731 games with Colorado. He's only behind Footer for most games played by a blue liner. That is crazy. He put up 248 points while he played for the Avs. So congratulations to EJ. Not only that, if he retired, he's staying around, right? I bet you we see him all the time. I bet you he's going to be at games. I bet you he's going to be on altitude television.
Probably going to take my job here.
He's
on the
probably
morning
going to
sprint.
take your job.
It's going to be Berto and
no.
EJ, man.
You're right. Me, you, and Raj can
It's
just be.
going to be like that. It's going to be like that commercial where the hockey guy's whistling between his teeth that aren't there. It's going to be EJ just doing his thing.
Man, that's true. Although you're right, man. Is he gonna have to start putting in them teeth now if he gets a TV gig? Because I mean, I'm sure like any of the national people would love. I mean, Eric's great. He's great. It's great to talk hockey with him. He immediately goes into a job in media if he wants to, and if not, I mean, I'd probably hire him in the organization to do something because he's just one of those guys you'd like to have around the team. He makes the team better just by being there. You know what I mean? He makes the atmosphere better just by being there. But we will certainly see. The Avs got a game tonight. The Avs will be in Vegas taking on the Golden Knights. You can listen to that game right here on the station. I think the Avs are actually going to ice a almost full NHL roster tonight and Saturday when they play the Dallas Stars to close out the preseason. But we will certainly find out. Major League Baseball playoffs are back underway. The first Tigers and Guardians are already going at it in the top of the first. Detroit can eliminate Cleveland with a win today. The Guardians must win this game to play a winner-take-all game number 3. Padres and Cubs a little bit later. Red Sox and Yankees, that game was kind of crazy last night. And then the Dodgers and the Reds. So if the Cubs win today, it's over. If the Red Sox win today, the series is over. If the Dodgers win today, the series is over.
Which is what Kaz would say is
over. Yeah. So it was, the wild card round goes quick in Major League Baseball. They do not play around. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it is KJ's NFL News and Notes. I'm almost sure. I'm kind of positive. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do next, right here on the Morning Spread. All right. I throw this segment all the time, even when we're not doing the segment. But I think we're actually doing it this time. I'm pretty sure it's time right now for KJ's NFL News and Notes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
We are actually doing it today.
That fires me up.
Let's get right into it. Sean Payton stepped up to the microphone yesterday, and he talked about in regards to the tush push for the Philadelphia Eagles. And he made national news because he took a little poke again at the NFL, and he explained further why he believes in the tush push and will continue to believe in the tush push.
Yeah, listen, I was one that stood up in favor of. The reason I stood up in favor of is pretty simple. If the powers to be don't want it for aesthetic reasons or competitive reasons, or it's hard to officiate, et cetera. But I've been involved in those meetings for a long time, and when all of a sudden health and safety was pulled into that, which might be the safest play in football, my bull nose kind of went up. Look, it's a quarterback sneak, and I think credit Philadelphia. They scored a touchdown last week. Take a peek at this past week's touchdown off the tush push look, and it was a sweep to the left. So I'm one that looks at it, as long as the line of scrimmage is clean, that it's a well-run quarterback sneak. So I was one that was in favor of leaving it alone, on Philly's side.
Yeah, but the Broncos the Broncos weren't one of the teams that voted against the tush push. They vote right against the ban of the tush push. So Sean is fine with it. But I think the Broncos were like, okay, that's great, Sean, but we're still voting to get it out of the league. I mean, it didn't work, but they were one of the 22 teams that voted against. The only teams that voted against the ban of the tush push were the Eagles, obviously, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Jags, Dolphins, Pats, Saints, Jets, Titans. Those are the 10 teams that said, nah, we want to not ban the tush push, if that makes any sense. Is the tush push just a quarterback sneak, like Coach said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So is it one of the safest plays in football? Like Coach,
I mean,
I don't like as soon as I'm with Sean Payton. As soon as they start saying player saved him,
guys, what is a safe play in football?
That's true.
Why is it the most highly watched gladiatorial modern sport? Is because every play has some risk.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this is where I get a little sensitive to the tradition of the game of football coming from a space where the tush push looks like the origins of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you ban the exact origins of the sport, which is basically rugby?
Yeah, I think it's just because of ratings, right? They're like, this is a boring play. Get it out of our league.
Does it seem like the NFL
I
is
don't
struggling
think, no.
for ratings right now?
They're not struggling
Berto?
with it at all, right? It doesn't feel like it's competitive balance or
What
anything.
really is the problem here?
I don't know. Is it
That
just
one
people
team
don't like
got really
Philly?
good at
Yeah, they
it?
just don't like Philly, right?
Well, one team got really good at it, and they think that it's an unfair advantage. It is completely within the rules of the game of football.
Yeah, you can run
now,
that play
you
too.
know what? Okay, I'm great if we say, hey, we're going to use modern technology to give a real replay look as if it's offsides, false start or not.
Mhm.
That's a problem. The not calling false start on a play that there are people beginning the play before it starts
Right.
is a problem.
Right.
And
The
you know what? I'm
NFL's
great scrutinizing that.
Are you?
Heck yeah.
You love
You
it?
know how easy that is to be able to just get a quick replay and say, yep, he jumped.
Real easy. Something they could do
There's
immediately.
7,000 camera angles in a National
Isn't
Football
that
League
the
game.
point of emphasis this season? They're like, yeah, the tush push is still legal, but we're going to make sure nobody's in the neutral zone. Nobody jumps
Yeah,
early.
but the problem is there's such a massive humanity that's hard. It's hard for the refs to be in a great position to be able to legislate that.
Yeah.
Just
So-
use instant replay. For it's a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 tight red zone play. It's incredibly impactful for the game of football.
Yeah.
For the outcome of the games.
So, all right, man. I listen, I'm fine. Go ahead. Tush push all day long. Do your thing. I don't care. What's the next, KJ?
Don't think you should be that sensitive about it.
Well, Kay Adams had the host of Bussin' with the Boys on, Will Compton and Taylor Lewan, and they stepped up and talked about Nick Bonito, and they talked about Nick Bonito. You know, people know him, but then there are some people who don't, and they talk about let's start getting that Nick Bonito hype train going, baby.
You remember
when I was watching the Broncos.
You remember last week we talked to our guy Joe Daneman?
This is like 2 days ago, Coach. You're losing all track of time.
Oh, that was Monday.
That was.
I think about things in terms of games, but real
Right.
quick,
Oh, my
do you remember that we asked him this exact question?
Yes.
Is Nick Bonito truly a household name? Because feels like Trey Hendrickson is, and I think this dude that we have on our squad is better than your dude that you got in Cincy.
Yeah, and Joe said, I know who he is. Yes, I know who he is. And he's like, you might consider me a football nerd, but I think a lot of people know who Bonito is, right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, and I want to hear what these jokers have to say about him.
All right, what you got, KJ?
When I was watching the Broncos last week, when I was watching film, it's like he was the one jumping out on the screen. It's kind of like, oh, who is this number 15 cat? Who is Bonito? Because again, you're mentioning Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and all these pass rushers that are known around the league. I think he's somebody that's going to very much come into the conversation. And I think everybody right now is going to their computer to watch film on this guy to figure out what makes him so great. Because right now I don't have that answer outside of, this dude is a psychopath off the edge. And I think, again, that defense overall plays very well with each other. They complement each other very well. But I'm sure he's going to be in the conversation very soon.
Yeah, he's in a great position to be successful as well with the back end defense they have. They obviously have the reigning defensive player of the year back there. And when there's such good coverage, it gives you more time to get to the quarterback. When you have more time to get to the quarterback, more confidence is established. Then you start mixing up a bag. You're in practice. You're working on new moves because you know you're going to have a little more time. So confidence breeds confidence. That's why football is the greatest team sport in the world. 11 guys in the field helping each other out. And Bonito is a huge beneficiary of having that secondary. He's got a lot in his bag right now. And I think by the end of the year, we'll be having those conversations like, is he with the Max Crosbys and the Myles Garretts and the TJ Watts?
Ooh, that's a sexy list to be a part of.
Yeah, and it makes you even more pleased that you got that contract done when you got that contract done.
Because if he has the season we think he's going to have, he would have been worth a lot more than that coming up. What does Bonito need to – if you could add one thing to his game, what would that be to take him to the next level?
See, this is a hard one for me to answer because this isn't something that necessarily is solely a him problem.
Mm-hmm.
His total percentage of snap count on defense is low compared to the Bosa, healthy Bosas, Crosby, and TJ Watt, and even Micah Parson. So that could be just a decision that, defensively, that Vance Joseph and even Sean Payton, you heard Sean Payton in the offseason say that his snap count got too high.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bonito's snap count's pretty low compared to those other guys that are making those gazillion dollar contracts. So I don't think it's necessarily a Bonito issue. I think it's more of I find it to be more of a franchise decision. This guy's too valuable. Why would we play him on first and second down with too much regularity?
Mm-hmm. All right. Listen, man, I love Bonito. And you're right. They got a bargain. They got a bargain when they signed him before this season because he's going to go off. KJ, what's next?
Don't think you should be that sensitive about it.
The Cleveland Browns made a quarterback change this morning. They have decided to bench Joe Flacco for rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel. So Dylan Gabriel will now get the chance to see can he lead the Cleveland Browns to whatever version of the promised land they think they can achieve this season.
Against the Vikings this weekend. Good luck.
Good Lord.
Good luck.
Talk about a tough start. Here is Rex Ryan earlier this week in regards to should Joe Flacco be benched, and he talked about Shedeur Sanders and why he's not starting and what he should be doing to start.
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach, all right? But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
Should he be embarrassed? Well, first off, Rex Ryan's got a whole lot of Kendrick Perkins in him. Sometimes he says stuff that I'm like, what the hell?
Does Rex have does he have some type of issue with Dion?
Yeah.
With Coach Brown?
Yeah, he feels like it has beef. It feels like he has beef.
Here's all I can see right now is that this is all just opening up a massive, massive door for what I think is the perfect timing
Ooh,
for Shedeur Sanders to hold that watch back up
really?
by week 10. Because Dylan Gabriel's not going to, he's
No,
not going to
that's not the
succeed.
answer, right?
There might be a couple moments where he looks okay. He's a decent athlete. He's a good dude. Like he's going to be okay in little tiny fits and starts. But I'm telling you right now, he ain't the answer. All you have to look for, watch Oregon with a ton of talent in huge games a year ago in the college football playoffs. This is where Shedeur comes in, man. And he holds that watch up. He said, I am Mr. Clutch, man. I'm going to go Brady mode. I'm going to hold up my watch. Y'all need to just sit back and watch Legendary.
Yeah, go ahead, turn it up. Go ahead, KJ. Turn it up. What does it say that the Browns named Gabriel the starting quarterback, named Joe Flacco the backup, and kept Shedeur at the number 3 position? What does that say?
You stay in your corner
Yeah, that's basically just like,
until we tell you to come out of it.
right. But, I mean, if Dylan doesn't go well,
It's not going to.
they're not going to throw Joe back in there, right? Are they going to throw Joe back in there, or are they actually going to go to Shedeur?
Strangely, in an alternate universe, although we probably could have seen this happening in both situations, is the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation similar to the CU Buffs quarterback situation?
Oh, yeah, with 3 guys for
3
one
guys.
spot.
Yeah, it's like,
And they each have like something that you're like, oh, well, maybe, you know, like they
Okay,
each have their thing.
So Joe Flacco is Caden Salter.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a shot. But you are right. Caden is older. Joe is older.
All right, here.
Wait,
okay,
so
as Buffs fans, you're gonna hate
So
me.
who's Juju? Who's Juju?
Juju's Dylan Gabriel, in my opinion.
Oh man. Okay, coach. You know what
The
that is?
higher-
That's a shot.
The higher regarded by the franchise first-year player.
Okay. I get where you come from.
But then
whatever.
I have, you know what I have?
Who?
This is my own take, and everybody can call me stupid.
You gonna go Staub is?
Staub is Shedeur. They're
Wow.
they're the 2 best quarterbacks on their team.
Wow.
They are.
Okay, I see where you're getting it from.
Did you
That's
watch
not
the
a-
last?
No,
did
I
you watch
get
the
it.
last drive with Caden Salter? Did you see the man take a
I don't know
22-yard
who
sack?
you insulted more there. Staub or should no? It's you. You insulted Shedeur with that, right? Like if we're like, yo, Shedeur, man, stop.
They're boys, man. They're boys. They're tight.
You know what? You're right though, man. That's not the list I would have gone with, but you're right.
Dude, it's kind of that's kind of hitting, isn't it?
Oh,
Joe
well, that's
Flacco and Caden Salter are so similar. It's almost. I mean, what are we doing here? One's like a 48-year-old that can't move, and the other
Right.
guy's all he does
23-year-old.
He's all he does is run. He can't throw it. But yet, like Flacco's does one thing really well. But it's not good enough now to win games.
I can't.
He is a drop back pocket quarterback that's too old. Caden Salter does one thing really well. He's a running quarterback, but it's not good enough. Dylan Gabriel, too small,
He's a
not
tight
ready.
end.
Juju Lewis, too small, not ready. Ryan Staub, got a little something to him when you give him a chance. That team was going to get their breaks beat off in Houston no matter what, man.
right?
I'm telling you.
I think it's crazy
That team stunk against Houston.
You're putting Gabriel in a bad position. You're gonna put Shedeur in a bad position when he actually starts. If you go to him, but if you don't go back to Joe Flacco, because I still keep hearing things about Deshaun. Like that dude might be back this season. What happens if Deshaun just shows up in Cleveland and is like, hey, I'm ready. I'm good. Let's go. Do you just say, okay, Deshaun, you're the starting quarterback then. Let's roll. I don't know, man. That whole situation is drunk and it's crazy. KJ, what's next?
Don't think you should be that sensitive about it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and put a bow today on a story that has been very interesting since last week. Rumors came out over the weekend heading into this week in regards to what was actually said between Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen. And it was rumored that Robert Saleh threatened to take Liam Cohen down if he kept up his act, right?
Yeah. And that's exactly what would happen, right?
And that's exactly what would happen. And so Robert Saleh, he wanted to make sure that he stayed on the good side of the NFL. Here is him retracting all of his statements from last week.
The Jacksonville Jaguars head coach.
No, it's all good. Whatever happened on Sunday doesn't change how I feel. You know, like in my heart, genuinely was trying to give a compliment. And yeah, I own the fact that I probably used, it was a wrong choice of words, but however you want to word it, I mean, they're really, really good at putting their players in position to be successful. You know, as coaches, we're always chasing leverage. They're trying to have winning leverage. We're trying to take leverage away.
Have you reached out in the aftermath to the other one?
No.
Your intent after the game to seek him out and sort of explain to him what you just explained?
The intent was to say exactly what I just said, that, you know, I think he's doing a really nice job, which I do. That football team is playing and taking on his personality. They're playing violently on the offensive line, and their running backs are running really hard. And I think they're doing a really, really nice job. And I just wanted to let him know that I appreciate the way he's going about his business with his football team.
I don't know, Coach.
Does
I think
Robert
Saleh
Saleh-
knew exactly what he was doing.
Does Bob Saleh sound a little bit like Garrett Bowles at a presser?
Yeah.
Similar vibes there.
But Saleh knew what he was doing. It felt like he's been in this league. He's been coaching this league forever. He knew exactly what he was saying when he said it. Even you know what I mean, with his legal sign stealing speech that he gave last week.
Yeah.
Or do you think he really was just trying to compliment Cohen and then he got a? You know what I mean?
No, I think it's a Will Smith, Chris Rock situation for sure.
keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yep, that's what I think that Liam Cohen was completely justified in
You know
what
what's
he
crazy, Coach? Kyle Shanahan yesterday was asked, is there an NFL coach in the league who could beat up Robert Saleh? And I think Shanahan's answer was no, probably. He's like, I can't think of one. He was like, me, I could probably take him. And everybody laughed. But then he was like, I can't really think of anybody else.
Come on, Vrabel would rip his face off.
Oh, that's true. Vrabel's is a massive man.
And he's also really a mean person.
Yeah, mean dude. You're right.
He mean mugged me in the parking lot at Senior Bowl. For no reason.
For no
I didn't do
reason.
anything.
You were
I
just
was
like, hey, Coach.
He just saw me. He's like, that guy looked like he probably was a crappy quarterback that was a lifetime backup at Boise State. I'm going to give him a mean mug because I'm a defensive guy.
Let's hear from Kyle Shanahan. Here's Kyle.
Pretty important question. What NFL coaches do you think could beat up Robert Saleh?
Just me.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What about Dan Campbell?
Probably bet on Dan over a lot of people.
That's a good one.
Saleh's too nice usually, but it seemed like someone struck a chord later. I mean, the other day, but I don't think there's any fights going on. It was kind of comical now to look back at it.
How big is Robert Saleh?
He's not that big.
He looks like he's like fitnessy.
Yeah, he's still.
But you know who's kind of jacked?
Who?
It's like low key catches up to you when you see him. You're like, dang, Vance Joseph.
Is VJ? Yeah,
VJ's kind of
he's got
together,
that fire
man.
hydrant. Like, go ahead.
He's kind of like
try to hit me.
Yeah,
yeah. You're
he looks like an MMA fighter. It's
right.
like holding
I wonder
on.
if he still
he's
lives.
holding on to his career.
Yeah.
Like it's like Quentin Rampage Jackson at 43 years old coming out there.
Yeah, no, you were not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. But
VJ
like,
kinda
he's
jacked.
right with. See, look at that. That like some thickness in him. But like, how big is Dan?
That picture
Campbell?
right there, I think, is a couple. That looks a little
Because
bit
Shanny
older.
went straight to Campbell, and I think he was right.
That picture, I'd say around the waist, VJ's got a little bit of a bag of milk. He's got that V shape going right now. He gotten on that same plan as Tyler Polumbus, man.
Yeah, I wonder if they just lift together.
I think they lift and they also supplement together as well.
Right, he ain't gonna get tested. He's a coach, not a player. Let's go. Let's get wild with it. Anything else, KJ? Anything else around the NFL? No, we're good to go. All right. Well, then let's do this. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk a little Colorado Avalanche hockey. Eric Johnson retired today, and the Avs play the Golden Knights in Vegas tonight, and the retirement of Eric Johnson. EJ, the longtime Avs player, announced his retirement today. We'll get to all that next right here on the Morning Spread. It's October, people. It's October. It's here. It's here. October is here, which means Halloween is right around the corner, and the start of the NHL season is 5 days away. 5 days away. Yeah, 6 days. 6 days away. Whatever. Next week, next Tuesday, the Avs will begin the season in LA against the Kings. Colorado still has 2 preseason games remaining on the slate. Tonight in Vegas, they'll take on the Golden Knights. Saturday in Dallas, they'll take on the Dallas Stars. And then the regular season is underway. If you missed it earlier in the program, Avs defenseman Eric Johnson has announced his retirement. So EJ is retiring from the NHL. He will have a press conference on Monday. So we'll hear from EJ and what his future looks like. The Colorado Rockies made some news today as their longtime, he wasn't GM for a long time, but he spent 26 years in the Rockies organization. Bill Schmidt is stepping aside as GM. He took over his win-loss record as general manager has to be the worst win-loss record of any GM in the history of sports. Because he was there for 5 years, and in those 5 years, they lost 504 games. I believe the math. 504 games in his 5 years. As GM, he is stepping aside. So the Rockies making some changes. Hopefully it's wholesale changes. Because, anything less after the worst season in franchise history is probably not ideal. Like, you can't, this is not one of those things you can handle. You can just be like, let's just make a few tweaks. And we'll get this thing turned around. No. So Bill Schmidt is out in the Rockies. Walker Mumford.
His tenure is
over. Yeah, it's gone. That's a crazy,
and that's a good thing.
What was
usually, I'm coming from a place where I always have a lot of sympathy, empathy, because I've been there. When coaches, administrators in sport get fired.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, this was
504
this was about
losses
as overdue
on
as
your record
I've ever seen. Because
he averages 100 losses a year.
It's the world of sports is a meritocracy, right?
No,
it should be.
No, but it should be. You're right.
But this was not. Finally, it is. Like, you lose your job when you lose 500 plus games in 5 years.
Yeah,
as the person that's responsible for putting together the roster.
Yeah. So the Rockies hopefully going to look. They say they're going to have a full outside search for the new GM. I don't even know. Like, the best GM in football right now is probably Howie Roseman in Philly, right? I think the overall consensus is that's probably the best GM in the NFL. The best GM in the NBA. Man, that's a good question. Who's actually, it was Bob Myers in Golden State, right? But he's been retired for 2 years. That's a good question. I don't know who it is, but in baseball, I'm fairly certain no GM in the history of baseball lost as many games as Bill Schmidt did. And I'm not doing any research about that. I'm just putting it out there, and I bet you I'm right. Matter of fact, I will do some research right now on it. But 500 losses in 5 seasons.
There's probably some GMs that have been in the same spot for 14 years that haven't lost.
Who was the Detroit Lions GM for years and years when they were sucky? They were terrible. He came from TV, right? Was it Millen? What's his name?
Yeah.
Matt Millen?
Yes.
Was it Matt Millen?
Yeah, his win percentage is pretty bad.
His win percentage is probably as bad as Bill Schmidt's.
It was really cool. I went and attended the Fiesta Bowl college football playoff game between Penn State and Boise State, and I stayed in the media hotel because I covered it for Bronco Nation News, Boise State, coverage.
Yeah.
And there was a hospitality suite. I hung out with Matt Millen like every day because he's a Penn State legendary linebacker. And he was a really good player in the NFL and all that. But it was really interesting. I had some great conversations with him about his tenure as a general manager.
Really?
Yeah. And it was, he basically admitted to it that I had no idea what I was doing. And I was asked to do the job by somebody who had no idea what they were doing, hiring that position. And so I just tried to make it work, but I didn't do a good job. Like he was very reflective about it and honest that I wasn't ready for the job. I shouldn't have been given the job, but I'm not going to say no to it.
Right. You can't say no to that. No, you can't. Oddly enough, I think Matt Millen's win percentage is worse than Bill Schmidt's. The Rockies' winning percentage under Bill Schmidt is the worst under any general manager in team history and includes 3 consecutive 100-loss seasons, including this season, which is the worst in franchise history. His win percentage is .355. Matt Millen's win percentage in Detroit, .277.
Woo!
He was super. So my bad, Bill Schmidt.
Bill, you good.
It's
Good
Matt
boy.
Millen,
Good
man.
Bill.
He was there for 7 seasons. Yeah, he was there from 2001 through 2008, and he caught 84 losses. Not really the same as catching 500-plus losses, but still. Woo! Yeah, that might be the worst. I mean, I guess, how does he keep his job for 7 seasons if he's that bad?
Yeah. He has been a part of the Munford. You know, Sean Payton's got his guys from New Orleans. He's got his New Orleans guys.
Yeah, no, a lot. Right. They're all like Lombardi and the crew.
The Monfort crew, especially. I mean, Dick's had his guys.
Yeah.
And Bill was one of his guys. And you're loyal to your people.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty's become one of my least favorite words in sports.
Really?
And
because it is the major criticism of the Rockies.
But loyalty, when done properly, in my opinion, is you are around like-minded people that have your back, but don't talk about it all the time, aren't always angling. What I've learned in high-stakes sports, Division I football at the highest level is ridiculous with this whole loyalty thing.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of people that have come up to me and said, I am loyal to you. And then they just go do something, and it is a scene from an old horror movie. Just shake you in the back, right? I hate the word loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
I like the verb that never gets described when it is loyalty. But I think that sometimes there's this thing about loyalty, like I'm loyal, you're loyal, I'm going to be loyal to my guy. What it ends up leading to is it opens doors for inauthentic, like a lack of authenticity, that you're doing things to stay in good graces with the decision makers.
Right.
But you very easily also could be doing a poor job.
Mm-hmm.
And loyalty gets in the way at times of making clear and sound business decisions for a franchise. And clearly, this was part of the problem with the Munford tenure. It's not the only problem, but this was a major part of that problem.
Yeah. I mean,
you ever been around that where somebody's like goes over the top and talking about loyalty to you, and you're like, if you're talking about that
you're
much,
like, right. It's just like people who always say, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you're like, if you're going to tell me the truth, you don't have to.
yeah,
You don't have to say, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Why would you start a whole
It's
podcast called "Killing You with Truth"?
Right.
When all you're going to do is tell lies.
Right. Exactly. So no, I'm with you with the whole loyalty thing and how crazy it is. And that was the criticism of the Rockies.
Somebody just, oh, this is good. Josh right here from Sean Maz's text line said, was Coach talking about Nate and Andy's broadcast of Valor getting, their break speed
we're
in?
with you, Coach. And then on the broadcast, they're just hammering.
No, you know what that's called?
What's
That's
that?
called calling it like it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like that. I like people that, hey, if it's not good, then it's not good.
Yeah.
If it's good, then it's good. Right? Like that's what I like to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand anything that you said.
The 925, the Monforts won't change anything. Although, hell, they can't change a diaper. I do believe, especially with the statement that they released today with Bill Schmidt moving on and retiring, that statement had a little bit of Dick Monfort in it, but it had a whole lot of Walker Monfort. It almost feels like the organization's like, you know what, Walker, it's time for you to take a step forward. Guess what? You're going to be the face of this franchise because this is the lowest we've ever been.
Did Dick hand Walker his Rocky wings and said, "Go ahead and fly, young Walker"?
I don't know. I
How
have
old
no
is
idea.
Walker? Is he like my age?
Oh, I have no idea about that either. How old is Walker Monfort? Because there's two brothers. One's in the scouting department, right? And one is Walker. I don't know. Oh, man.
He's about 5 years younger than me.
You know what?
He's about 38.
Every time I said Walker Monfort, I was picturing like this 22-year-old kid or something.
Nah, he's 38.
That's a grown man. That's a grown man. I don't know why I thought he was going to be so young. But Bill Schmidt stepping down.
Hey, you know what? Call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Thank you. I'm excited about Walker Monfort doing some things.
I want to be excited about anything. Anything. Rockies, give me anything to be excited about. Anything.
What I think happened is I think Walker stood up for this decision very, very, very boldly.
Mm-hmm.
And his father, who owns the team and his resources are being allocated, looked at his son and said, "Walker, if you believe this, then you need to be the one that's in front of it."
Mm-hmm.
And he did. And that takes boldness, takes audacity. And this is going to, There is no other way that this can go than getting at least a little bit better.
Yeah. It would be,
Although it's kind of hard. It might be a 5-year deal. It might take 5 years for this thing but at least some things are being done that give you a little bit of hope.
Yeah, hope is really all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a little ray of sunshine. You know what I mean? I'm assuming the Rockies are going to lose another 100 games next season. What is there to show? There is nothing. There is nothing that says the Rockies aren't going to lose another 100 games next season, right? I mean, so what are you going to do? What's the next move? This is great. Go ahead, Bill Schmidt. Great move. He's moving on. They're going to go look for another GM. But that can't be the only thing you change. What else is there? What are you going to do? I don't know. Do you throw money at free agents? Do you fire the entire staff? Do you hire do you go full analytics? You hire it because the Rockies seem a little nervous around that.
Whatever it is, it's just got to be a massive departure from what you've done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, just change it up, man.
You've got to change it up. It's time to move into the 25th or 2025, 21st century.
All right. Well, hopefully the Rockies are finding their way. The Guardians currently lead the Tigers 1-0 in the top of the third in Game 2 of that AL wildcard series. Detroit wins. This thing is over. Cleveland must win to force a game number 3. But, all right, Coach. Final thing. You know what? We didn't really even talk much about it. How are you feeling about the Avs? You're confident with the Avs going into this season? Like, the Avs are currently undefeated in the preseason, and that means, I don't know what that means. That means nothing. But tonight and Saturday, we will see a roster that looks a lot like we'll see next week when the regular season starts. So maybe we'll get a little more info. But the Avs seem to just be rolling into they're feeling good rolling into the regular season. And I'm here for it. Nuggets Media Day started. The Nuggets are currently in San Diego getting ready for their first preseason game, doing that camp. I don't know, man.
Did the Clippers, were they ever in San Diego?
That's a good question. Was there a team in San Diego?
I think there was.
I'm shocked that there isn't. There's only a baseball team in there now, right? That's it. That's all they got. Well, they got an MLS team.
So the San Diego Clippers are a NBA G League team.
G League.
Currently.
Okay. Well, the LA Clipper team has got some issues. Shout out to Ballmer and Pablo Torre and all that stuff that's going on.
All you need, though, man, is just find a good endorsement with a tree company, and you will be set for the rest of your life.
You can get an NBA All-Star to come join your squad. But for the coach, Mike Sanford, for Alex Ryanemi, for KJ Granderson, I'm Mark Bertoli. Thanks for tuning in. PhD is next.
Oh, whoa. Sat on something.
Oh,
Hello. Hi there.
Sit on your payment book.
Good have. I don't want to.
Just sit on your bank account. Keep that thing clean.
It's feeling a little. No wonder I noticed it.
Yeah, here's my. Oh. You got one?
Quite a day today. There's a bunch of stuff going on.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we got Vic Fangio lashing out at a muggle. Vic Fangio talking about kicking balls and how
I found that intriguing.
It was really good.
That looked like AI. That was weird.
In the beginning, it did. I agree with you.
Are we positive it was not AI?
We'll get to it in a little bit. We've got the first glance at the Eagles and the Broncos by the numbers. Another, kind of interesting thing. There's some really interesting. Eagles not that good. Good, but not that good. We'll get to that in a second.
I love bad 4-0 teams.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to be a bad 4-0 team.
Yeah.
Not that good.
They're like the Chiefs, right? I mean, they can't win one-score games for 2 years in a row.
No way.
I mean, if you guys think the Eagles are just going to wax the Broncos, then, fine. But
I think there's an opportunity.
Oh, I do too. I think there's a big opportunity. But the breaking news, couple of breaking news things. First, Eric Johnson is officially retired. So, and he'll have a press conference at Family Sports on Monday, 10 a.m. To sort of, I guess that's the theoretical. I don't know if he's actually going to sign a one-day contract, but it's one of them deals,
Is he a Ring of Famer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he not only was one of the longest consistent tenured Avalanche ever, he's one of the longest tenured Colorado athletes in any sport ever.
Right.
He won a championship and was a key player and wasn't a draft pick. They acquired EJ, I believe. I don't know if it was a free agent.
Slow start. It was a trade, I believe.
Trade. But yeah, I would say that's the number that gets put up in the rafters. Yeah, I would say it is.
Don't the Avalanche only have 5 numbers up there?
I don't know.
It's a prestigious crowd, so I'm not sure.
Hey, Duke, Forsberg, Sakic, and then
Waugh,
and then
Bork.
Okay. Yeah, well, the Bork thing.
Bork.
Foot's not up there?
I don't know if he is up
All
there
right,
yet.
I got the official list.
All right.
You got 5 dudes. Yeah. Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Patrick Waugh, Adam Foote, Ray Bork.
Oh, not even Milan Hayduke. I thought
So
Hayduke was
can
up
I
there.
just say, no, I don't think he fits into that category?
Well, I don't know, man. He played a long time. He was a huge player and won a championship and was a key player. I don't know.
If your standards are that high that
He
you
was-
only got 5 dudes, I don't know.
He was one of the greatest Avalanche players of all time. Am I wrong here? Am I out on some sort of limb with EJ?
Well, I think longevity goes a long ways for sure.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We'll figure that out as we figure it out. But congratulations to EJ wrapping up his career. So he was putting out some goofy videos. I think he was skating with the boys.
He's a funny dude.
He's a funny dude. He's led that single sort of life for quite a while. So he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, and he loves broadcasting. And I think if he chooses to be one of the media, I think he'll have many opportunities, like loads. So congratulations to EJ, man. Great career.
13 years, 13 seasons.
I don't know. I think I would put him up there in the
13
rafters.
seasons.
Give me. Are there any Avalanche players who actually have played for the team longer than Eric Johnson?
Sakic, maybe.
Are you sure?
If you go, well, yeah, I think so.
13? He's played more
If
than
you
13?
count the
I
2 or
don't
3
count
years
that.
with the Nordiques.
Do not count that.
It's one franchise.
All right. Well, I'm just talking Avalanche.
We use their records.
If you count that, then probably Joe's there too.
Joe, if you're counting that, 20.
Yeah, if you count that. Well, maybe without counting that.
Adam Foote, 17.
Okay.
If you're counting the Nordiques as well.
Let's go. Okay, we'll count them. Okay,
Right.
So Joe.
And then,
Foote,
wow, Hayduke was, gosh, I didn't realize how long he was here.
Yeah, I thought Hayduke was up there. I didn't
15.
think about Foot. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure why Hayduke's number isn't retired, actually. That actually surprised me. I didn't know that off the top of my head. I don't know why his name's not up there. That's
Dan,
a rough.
Dan, do you know why Hayduke's name not
I
up
thought
there?
it was. In the rafters? I thought it was.
Oh, a little controversy.
Well, I'm just reading from AI. I mean, who knows? The robots could be wrong.
Yeah, just ask Will Smith.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, if Hayduk ain't there, then EJ is probably not going to get there either. But I wouldn't know why Hayduk wouldn't be there. Should be there.
I tell you, Adam Foote was phenomenal. One of my all-time favorite Avalanche guys. So I'm glad he's up there. And he played 17 years if you count the Nordic. How many years has he played the Nordics? 2 or 3?
I'm not sure.
Yes, Milan Hayduk is up there. Well, you're looking at the wrong robots there, Tyler. I guess according to Dan, at least.
Yeah, so I thought Hayduk was up there.
Yeah, he is.
So there's 6. Yeah, there we go.
Sakic, Forsberg, Waugh, Footer, Bork, Hayduk. All right, EJ.
All right, so I was right except for Hayduk.
Yeah. So
EJ's next.
Yeah, EJ may be next.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else it takes to go up there. He won a cup. He was here forever.
Well, but you know what? Of
He's
all
a big
those
time
names,
leader.
you know, because I think organizations do stupid stuff. Like I remember someone tell me when you had Floyd Little and you had all these other people up for the Hall of Fame, people were telling me, well, they're not going to let them in until it's Elway's turn. Elway's going to be the first.
Okay.
And then there was more of a floodgate and more guys
Been a
got
lot
their
of
name
Broncos.
up there.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if EJ goes up there, he'll be the first kind of quote unquote modern day player that's, when I say modern day, I'm saying the last decade and a half, right?
Yep.
To get up there, be the first one from the last championship team to get up there. Do they want to say, well, do we have to wait till this guy retires, McKinnon gets done?
Well, there's no doubt. There's some no doubters like McKinnon, McCarr, Taves.
I think Taves in question, but
no, he's not in question. He'll go right up there. Are you kidding?
No, he's in question.
You got to be kidding me.
Well,
Taves?
What's he got? 5 years here? 6?
I don't care what he's got. He's a core defensive player. Without him and Cale McCarr, you got nothing. Really? Yeah. Oh, I think that is a
You've always
slam-dunk.
been generous on the Ring of Fame stuff, though.
Yeah.
If Taves,
I don't think Taves
I don't
has done enough yet.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Just me.
I get it.
Dan?
He's like teetering.
Right.
He's got to have a couple more years, I would say.
I think he's in.
He's going to. I guess I'm projecting because he's going to play with the Avalanche for another 7 or 8 years.
Well, then there you go.
He's going to keep going.
Then we'll probably have that conversation. I'll agree with you. I'm thinking if their career ended right now.
All right, I'm not saying that.
If their career ended tomorrow, they decide I've had enough of this. I don't want to travel anymore. McKinnon's in.
McKinnon, Landeskog, McCarr are in. If they ended right now,
already in.
Those 3 are in no matter what.
No matter what.
Taves is likely to get in if you keep going.
If his career continues to go as it's gone, you're probably right. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Cadre?
No, not long enough here.
Boy, he was pretty important though.
About Val?
No, definitely
what
not.
If Val stays straight and plays another 8 years?
Definitely not. Oh, I don't think Val's definitely not.
He's a definitely not to me.
What about Mikko?
Just my opinion. Mikko. Oh,
Hooker's
man.
Low, and all of a sudden you're upset.
Mikko's the tough one.
It's America, right?
Yeah, well, okay.
Or Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikko, I think, was, but again, just like we're talking about
Mikko's a really interesting
Mikko was on the path to have his number retired here.
Mikko's a really, how do you not? Okay, well, a debate for another time. That's
a good question, though.
That is a good question.
You know what Mikko is? Mikko's a little bit in the conversation with Carmelo Anthony, because Carmelo Anthony should be up there, and so maybe you just need some time to pass.
Oh yeah, because Mikko's going to play for another 6, 7, 8 years.
I mean, Carmelo's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. You got a core guy on your team who's in the Hall of Fame. It's like, I mean, what are we doing here? Other news: Bill Schmidt stepped down.
You like how I pointed that out to y'all, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, he they let him they let him walk off the gangplank instead of pushing him off. They let him I don't know. They let him go with some dignity. So I suppose there's a difference, I guess. Just
yeah,
you know, I stepped down rather than I was fired.
Do you think he stays in the organization somewhere?
No, he doesn't.
No, you cannot have it.
So this does not have any news in relation to Warren Schaefer. Maybe new GM decides to make a different move there as well. I don't know. But if you were to say, like, Warren Schaefer stays but you lose Bill Schmidt, or Bill stays and you lose Warren, I would say I would take this one. I would. I would rather have a reset up top and whatever, manager can deal with the players, but the bigger problem is with the players,
Well-
right? So I think this is good. This is
It
great.
would
But
be-
you also know this. When a college gets a new AD or a pro franchise gets a new GM,
Yeah, of course.
First thing they want to do is they want to be the ones to hire the head coach.
Of course.
So
yes.
you don't let .02 or .2, you don't let him go yet. He's still in the organization,
Right.
And then you let the new GM come in and decide.
I don't care if they keep Warren Schaefer inside of the organization. That's fine. He was a lower level coach. He was the third base coach. He's down at the instructional league right now because I don't care. You don't have to like fire him and get rid of him. But there's no way he can be the manager. And this move, by moving on from Schmidt, clearly the most no-doubter decision is hiring somebody from the outside. Patrick Saunders listed like 5 possible candidates. Now, what's interesting, of a couple of his candidates, he did list guys who have been with the Rockies organization, but they've gone away and done other things. Now, that's like the tweener sort of move. Do we like this guy because he was with us? But all the guys have gone away. But whoever comes in is not going to have Warren Schaefer as their manager. This was the big decision. This was it. And so I say, way to go, Walker Monfort. Probably not the easiest thing in the world, but had to happen. From here, the rest of it will happen, in my opinion. You'll have a new manager. You'll have a restructure of your personnel department. They're probably not going to fire Sterling Monfort, who's in the scouting department, but they'll just, push him off into the weeds somewhere else. It's kind of whatever.
You're gonna push the owner's son off in the weeds somewhere.
You're not going to fire him.
It won't be real deep weed. It might be like the rough at Black Page this weekend. It might be like that.
Yeah.
Ball sitting up. He will be sitting up in the rough, maybe.
We'll see what they do. But they did the most important thing.
Well, listen, and I haven't watched tons of the playoffs that are going on right now.
Oh, it was yesterday was a banger day.
But if you watch any of the games, Rockies ain't this franchise ain't in any of them levels. And I don't care salary, money, paying. They're spending too much, and that's why they're okay. Fine. They're on TV right now.
The easiest way is to go to somebody connected with the Mariners organization, which right now in the playoffs is probably the most similar to the Rockies, and just sort of say, how did you do it?
How about Detroit? How much money is Detroit? I mean, they've always been bottom dwellers too.
I guess, but that's a bigger market. That's, I don't know if it's that comparable. They've had success in the past. You got to look at a team like the Mariners who play in like what might seem as an impossible place to win and haven't had much success over the past 20-something years. So how have they done it? How have the Brewers done it? The Brewers have had one hell of a year.
Listen, I said that about the Royals talking about
how
the Rockies.
How the Royals done it?
A few years ago too.
So I would guess that they'll find somebody, Scott, Tyler, that's somewhat connected to similar type of franchises and go from there. And then Patrick Saunders in the Post wrote all about it if you want to hear about 5 guys. But that's it. That's your Rockies update. They finally did it. And they did the right thing. And they took an appropriate amount of time. It was feeling like it was going a little bit long, but
it's just Wednesday, so they announced it Wednesday morning. They gave them a couple days.
They gave it a couple days. Yeah.
They had to sleep on it.
Yeah. So there you go. Good stuff.
Be interesting to follow, though. I really am. Interested to see. Do they go? Let's really revamp this whole organization, or do they do something comfortable?
If they do something uncomfortable, it'll be the quickest way to get me interested.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Troy Rank said the connection to the Rockies in the past actually is irrelevant. Troy Rank made the argument autonomy is the key. And whether or not they're connected doesn't matter as much as how much autonomy will they have to actually do. And that's
a great statement.
That we won't know for, who knows. That will take some time, so we'll figure it out. But we do have the Broncos against the Eagles. We have the, by the numbers, it's pretty interesting. Eagles, a fascinating team. Good team, really, really good team, but not unbeatable. Details coming up next. All right, DMac for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. When dealing with the issue of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation, but, every case is different. And the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has dealt with tens of thousands of men. So while you're your own special case, the experience they have dealing with men with similar types of problems is significant. Listen, their treatments work where the pills or herbals fail. There's no need to have a disconnect with your partner, anxiety, depression, all that. Get ED gone and change your life. Success rate's well over 90%. Some can have you last an hour or more. The Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic have served the Front Range for nearly a decade. It's fantastic. That initial visit's only $99. You get the consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and a PSA test. If advised, a test dose. If it doesn't work in the office, hey, you're good. It's all free. But like an expert staff, they will take care of business, and you'll be having sex the next day. There you go. Great location there in Castle Rock, but they also have locations in Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, and the Springs. Call today, 720-440-7900. Visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.